which leads me to this.
Yeah.
With this week's news, bro. No one in boxing wanted this rematch outside of his crew. That's it. That's it. No one.
Right.
No one in. I was even saying, Deontay, take these 3 or 4 million. You could demand that and they'll pay that. Them Arabs was gonna pay that shit. That was nothing. That's a side thing right there. What he needs, 3 million, man. Get the fuck on out of here. But guaranteed, for your payout, guaranteed the winner, right? I get the winner or whatever.
Yeah,
that gives you a whole nother year to heal up, to come up with a game plan, whatever the case may be. No one wanted to see it. So here's my proof. Now, I'm not going to listen, man. I'm a Tyson Fury fan, but I don't know him. I don't know his, I don't know shit about, I don't know his crew. I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
There was a guy yesterday I was listening to. Shout out to my man Montero. I was listening to his podcast. He writes for the Ring TV. You know him, Mike Montero? You know what I'm talking about?
I think I've heard of him, yeah.
Okay, on his podcast yesterday after they postponed the fight. Because initially I was talking to you. I had some insiders over there, and the fight wasn't canceled yet that first day. But the next day they pulled the trigger. So Montero had a guy, and I don't know who he is, but he's a Vegas guy. And he was talking about how the city, the fight's 2 weeks away, ain't a poster nowhere, ain't shit nowhere. Nobody's excited about the fight. And they had a rush of tickets initially the first week. And since then, shit. Nobody. And I was like, of course not. Nobody wants to see that fucking fight. It's not competitive. They fought 19 fucking rounds, and Deontay Wilder won 2. Because of knockdowns. One was a flash that didn't hurt Fury.
Right.
And second, he hurt him, but he got up. Of course, nobody wants to see the fight. It's not fucking competitive, bro.
I agree.
And we can have the first undisputed champion of the world since Lennox Lewis.
That's what disappointed me. That was my disappointment.
Nobody wants. Listen, man. I'm not all excited about no English. From a cultural standpoint,
right?
But from a boxing fucking standpoint, we need an undisputed heavyweight champion of the earth.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, man. So you put the kibosh on that and push and legally, because the arbitration went through. You put the kibosh, but nobody outside your fucking crew wants to see the fight. When there was a way for Deontay Wilder to sidetrack this by taking the money and still getting the shot. Still getting Fury down the line or whatever, if that's what you want, and get free money.
Apparently Fury didn't want to pay him anything. He wanted to knock his ass out.
Well, once he started saying 20 million and all that shit, yeah, you think Bob and them was gonna pay that shit? They gonna say, "Man, fuck this dude, go whoop him." It was that easy. That easy. But and I'm sure the Saudi money wasn't gonna the not Saudi, but Dubai, right?
I don't even know anymore. Yeah, one of those Arab countries.
The Saudi brothers wasn't gonna give him a free $20 million, bro. They'll pay some little shit on that. They'll take one of the gold faucets out the fucking bathroom and pay you for that. But these guys got loot, right? Saudi, these guys got loot, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna give you a career free pay money,
right?
And nor did it make sense. But so. Did Tyson Fury really get COVID? The only thing I know is this. I know the business. I know it's dirty. I know if everybody's bound to lose, they'll find a way to stop it, having to have a fucking, what they call that, a bleeding cash flow issue is all going out. And from what I hear, the second fight didn't do nowhere near what they said. As big as it was, with piracy and all that shit, the second fight didn't really, and ESPN was talking about it. Remember the build up for that fight?
Yeah.
There was none of that shit for this fight. This was almost like, you know what this fight was, bro? This fight was forced, what they call it? Minimum wage is this. Why? Because it should be. That's what this fight was. Yeah. This fight is, you got to do it. Why? Because he had a contract. But nobody
Right.
Nobody don't care. It don't matter. He's got a legally binding contract. So this was almost like it was just a
obligation.
Obligation is what I'm trying to say. So nobody's excited about the obligation, bro. Now, while the fans are, of course, because they think he was cheated, and so that shit exists. But I'm talking about boxing as a whole. Nobody. The reason why Canelo sells the fights he does and AJ sells the fights he does is because they're actually fucking stars, right?
Yeah.
And they actually carry the sport. They wasn't gonna get none of that money. Those people wasn't buying fucking Fury Wilder 3. They wasn't buying that shit.
Yeah.
And that's so did he get COVID? I don't know, because when T.O. failed his COVID test, I even shared it. Where Bob Aaron blew it out of his ass about T.O., his own fighter, again, talking about how irresponsible it was, and Tyson Fury is vaccinated. And I talked to Shelly, and Shelly said the whole Wilder team is vaccinated. So if y'all all vaccinated,
what the hell's happening? Yeah.
Now, like I tell people, it's nothing to get an x-ray of a broken fucking cheekbone. That's just knowing a doctor.
Yeah.
It's not, or an x-ray of a broken hand. It's nothing to get a piece of paper. I got pieces of paper with COVID tests. I can fucking wipe my name and put your name, and now you got to pass COVID test, right? That's how simple that is. But if the people behind the money behind it is talking about losing $50-60 million just because of an obstacle that we got to do because of a fucking arbitration, maybe we need to get COVID. Now, who sucks with that is, and I'm not saying they doing that. I would hate to know that's the truth, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that to be true. But what sucks is Jared Anderson loses a payday. FA loses a payday. All those heavyweights lose a payday. Gabe Flores out of California loses a payday.
Yeah.
And they talking about September. Now they talking about October. Who knows? I tell you, man, Wilder got a perfect get out right now. Hey, you can get out of this ass whooping if you want, but
he's so delirious, man. He's just gonna keep wanting this fight, man, and good for him, you know.